Hey guys, it's Naomi and I'm super excited to be teaching you today a few movements of yoga and twerk. We're going to go through a sequence that's going to both strengthen and release our pelvis and our pelvic floor, our hips, our glutes. We're going to engage our core, learn how to isolate and really, control and release different muscles at the same time. And yeah, basically both in the world of yoga and twerk, this is what's really requested in a way, that we learn to kind of keep the stability and the release and comfortableness in positions. Yeah, so it's a lot about knowing when and what to control and release. And I think also in life it's really connecting. So I love to make connections, and this is why I put this class together. I hope you enjoy, and if this is your first time, just know that you can play this video back. You can practice as many times as you like. Some movements may be a bit more complicated. It all depends on your level or what you've practiced before. And I remind each and every one of you to listen to your bodies. Every day we're feeling different, and it can be really like we can bring curiosity and this playfulness on, oh, how am I feeling today, and what's actually suitable for me right now, and not like just act from this automatic place where like, oh, I should be doing that because I know how to do that. So no, just listen and tune in. And speaking of tuning in, we're gonna begin with a little tuning in, just to check with ourselves, with our body, how we're doing, and our breathing. And speaking of our breathing, I just want to bring to our awareness the connection that we have between our diaphragm and our pelvic floor. So in reality they're synergists, which means they work together. Yeah, so both our diaphragm and our pelvic floor are shaped as a bowl. Yeah, you can imagine this as a bowl. But what happens basically when we inhale, this diaphragm, this bowl, pushes down naturally and creates the reason why our belly goes out, because it pushes down on all our organs and our belly goes out. And so does our pelvic floor. It actually releases, relaxes, and also pushes down. And when we exhale, everything is engaging up again and lifting up, and we can practice this by also engaging our core, bringing it in, bringing the belly in and up, so everything's like coming together. So we're gonna try to just notice first our breath, of course, our body, and then slowly I'll guide you through it. We're going to kind of activate this natural pattern of breathing and restore it in again. And you may have learned different ways of breathing depending on your teacher and what you practice, and all is fine. There's so many ways, and in the end of the day, just breathe naturally in your own rhythm, how it's good for you. This is just another technique that I learned, and I like to just bring it because I felt it resonates with me. So yeah, let's close our eyes for a moment and just begin breathing naturally, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose or the mouth, whatever you choose. If you know dry breath, you can also choose to breathe in this way. And you can also take a sigh, releasing energy, winding down. Noticing what's going on in the body. And see if you can follow your breath with each inhale deeper and deeper in towards the belly, the pelvic floor, maybe even the toes. Just breathing a few more breaths here. movement that comes up, intuitively follow your body. Maybe the fingertips or some neck rolls. Anything to help you get into the body and feeling, connecting. And I'd like to begin by practicing this releasing as we inhale. Noticing how your pelvic floor widens, drops down and opens up space. Everything's opening. And exhaling, we want to actively, gently engage our pelvic floor muscles and our core. And again, we inhale and expand. You can use your hand to kind of guide you, and exhale and engage. Mimicking the natural movements of your breath. Inhale and expand. And exhale and engage. One more time, inhale and expand. And exhale and engage. And just breathe normally again. Naturally. You might notice that you're doing this by now, inhaling and expanding, relaxing. And exhaling and gently engaging the pelvic floor, the belly in. Continuing breathing slowly, slowly, we want to open our eyes and come back to the space here. I want you to inhale and lift your hands up towards the sky, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to open space for our rib cage. So let's fold all the way to the right. Yeah, and create space here for our obliques and our rib cage. We want to keep our left cheek grounded and look up to the ceiling. And if your elbow's reaching the ground, that's great. If not, use your right hand to really kind of support you, yeah? Not collapsing into the shoulder. Hold yourself. Extend that left arm to the side. Feel the stretch. And we're going to exhale. Engage your core and come back to center. Inhaling to the other side. Going towards the left now. Right hand up and over. Yeah, trying to open up from the chest. Yeah, engaging your core even here. Breathing. Yeah, grounding that right cheek down to the ground. Butt cheek, yeah. And exhale, engage your core. Back to center. Let's do that a few more times, but more active. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and one more time. Inhale towards the left, and exhale back to center. Beautiful. Let's meet in our cat-cow. So in tabletop position, hands spread shoulder width apart, and knees hip width apart. We're going to start with our cow. So what we're doing, basically bringing our tailbone towards our head, and we're looking up, opening the chest, belly drops down. You can maybe bring a little shake if you want. And on the exhale, we're rounding the spine. We're activating our core and our pelvic floor, and try to not squeeze your glutes here. A lot of us do that, so let's try to already isolate these glute muscles and not squeeze them in. Relaxing here and inhaling back to cow, looking up to the ceiling, opening the chest. And exhaling, rounding the spine, engaging your core, looking towards your belly button. now follow your breath, yeah, follow your own rhythm, inhaling and exhaling. We're gonna do this a couple more times. And really try not to squeeze the glutes as you exhale. There's a difference between engaging the pelvic floor and squeezing the glutes. Beautiful. On your next inhale, coming back to tabletop neutral position. Amazing. So we're gonna learn our first move of the day, and this is gonna be a pop. Yeah, in twerk, you can come up for a second, shake your wrists if you need to, shake your hands. I'm adjusting myself here, and what's happening is we're gonna do basically a posterior pelvic tilt. Yeah, PPT, for those who know the term. So let's awaken our glutes. You can tap it a little bit, because we're gonna really ask of them to release all control. We're gonna come back to our tabletop. We're gonna use our hands to really push the ground and keep our upper body isolated by engaging our upper body muscles, so our elbows are tucked in, keeping this firm, and our core is totally engaged. We're gonna basically be coming from a neutral position of the pelvis to a posterior pelvic tilt, and we're gonna do this by basically popping our our butt up, and it's kind of like your lower back in a way drops. So you engage your core and your pelvic floor to support the lower back, and at the same time we're dropping here and releasing the glutes to create this bounce effect. Now we practice this, we bring into neutral, never over, so never like in the cat, just to neutral and pop, neutral and pop, neutral and pop. You wanna feel like this is like you're activating your core. You're like really quickly like pulling in, engaging the core, coming back to neutral, and then popping out, pop, pop, pop. Now once you got the hang of this, you can really like make this movement go faster. And that will create more of a bounce. You can play with this. There's a lot that we can do with this. For now, this is enough. Let's come tush back to our heels. Give our wrist a quick, we can hold our wrist and circle around, release a bit of pressure. I know for some it can be a lot if you don't have like really strong wrists. I can be on all fours for quite some time and forget, so whenever you need to, just release. Maybe, putting your hands in many ways. Maybe you can circle around. Whatever works for you. The second movement we're gonna practice, so that was the pop. And now we're gonna practice, sorry, I'm adjusting here. Now we're gonna practice the shake. This is a move that you'll see me add everywhere, and it's very basic for twerk. So what we're doing, coming back to all fours, neutral position of the pelvic floor and everything. Again, isolating the upper body, keeping the core active and tight. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna begin to shift our weight from knee to knee as we release the hips and the glutes. And this is just gonna create this shake. And this shake, we can always play with it, bringing it forward and back, side to side. There's a lot of things we can do with the shake in many different positions, asanas. So this is the shake. Amazing. Now that we've shaked, I want you to tuck in your toes if they weren't tucked in. Bring your tush back, and on an exhale, lift up to downward dog. And this is your first downward dog, so walk it out a little bit. You can really bring, basically we're pushing with our hands to the ground, bringing our chest closer to our legs. You can bend your knees. And you can also now already practice here, with your legs a little bit spread wider than usual, to shift your weight from side to side and shake. And as well here, we activate our core. We really support our lower back. And this actually also helps in releasing the lower back a lot. Beautiful. Another thing we're gonna do now, so we're gonna walk our feet towards our hands. And I want you to do this really slowly and controlled. Yeah, so bring your feet together. We want to keep our feet straight or bend them, depends on your flexibility, especially when you get closer to your hands. You might need to bend your knees a little bit. We want to lift and engage our core and take a step forward. So doing this slowly, controlled. Lift the foot, engage your core, take a step forward. And at this point, some of you might need to bend your knees in order to do this, or even come up to your fingertips. So that's totally fine. If you can keep your legs straight and be on your fingertips, that's cool. Walking all the way forward. And once you reach your hands, you can relax and drop the head. Balance here a little bit. You can also bend your knees, that's totally cool. Just release your head all the way. You can even sway from side to side. Awesome. Place your hands on the ground once more. Again, if you need to bend your knees, that's fine. We're gonna toe heel our legs a little bit out. So I would say something that's wider than your hips. Maybe the width of your yoga mat. Mine's a bit wider than usual, so that's a good measurement. I want you to take your weight back to your heels and kind of come up as if, you know, we're inhaling and looking forward like in yoga. From here, engage your core, keeping your spine straight. You can bring your hands in Namaste and begin to shake, shifting again your weight from side to side, releasing the glutes, shake and come up. So this is another movement in twerk that we see a lot. Yeah, which is a lot of times we see the girls, you know, kind of like popping their butt out, chest forward, and shaking it out here. So we do this by bringing, again, weight towards the heel. Yeah, the chest is a bit forward, engage the core, and we shift our weight from heel to heel. Keeping our legs pretty locked. Yeah, if we bend them, it's a bit harder. It might go to like other places. So keeping them like gently locked. So let's practice this a bit more. Let's go down and up. And sometimes we lose coordination, that's totally fine. Just don't give up and keep on trying. Yeah, let's do that one more time. And don't forget to breathe in your own way. And now we're up. Good job. Okay, so for this next part, we're gonna do an exercise that strengthens a lot our hip joints and that creates more mobility. It creates a feeling for our hips that really support our pelvis and this whole area, a feeling of more control. Yeah, the strengthening part of it gives us more space after to release deeper, and you know, whenever we're doing any exercise that has to do with flexibility, to actually create like a more safe space for it. Yeah, because our nervous system really needs that sign that it's safe to go in deeper. So for that, I want you to come into a deep squat. So I'm going to show you both sideways and then I'm going to turn towards. So we're going to go into a deep squat. Now I like to keep my, this really has to do with your flexibility here, so check it out. I like to keep my feet wider than my hips and even bring my toes a little bit out, and then I just go deep into my squat. Here I try to keep my spine as straight as possible. Now for some, this might be too hard and they may need something below their heels so that they can be here. This has to do with our flexibility right here. And for some, this might be so wide and they can close the gap. Wherever you're at, that's totally fine. Just be mindful of your body. So I'm here, this is what it looks like for me at this point. And let's just breathe and take our, our weight from side to side, shifting, maybe going up on the toes of the right leg, down, left leg down. We're opening here the joints, creating space. This is great for the lower back as well. And now we're gonna do a few exercises here. So bear in mind, it's really healthy from what I heard to actually practice staying in a deep squat for even half an hour. I do a few minutes at a time for now. I'm also practicing this. So I like to inhale and kind of like round my back, really release into it. And on the exhale, I bring my hands to Namaste. I use my elbows to push my knees out, and sometimes my bum lifts up a little bit, my spine is straight, and I'm really opening deeper my joints. And I inhale and release. And exhale, activate the core, straighten the spine, push with your elbows. Namaste. Inhale and release. And exhale, push. Inhale and release one more time. And exhale, push. Awesome. Our next exercise that we're gonna do is a bit more challenging and I'd say a bit more advanced even. Please listen to your body, and I'll show you also a modification if you need to like tone it down. This might be too much and can be risky. So really listen, yeah? What we're gonna try is to bring our right leg out first, so the knee comes out, our leg kind of even lifts a little bit, and then we bring the knee down to the ground and back up, and then again left coming out, and then knee touches down. 2. If this is too much, first of course try to maybe lower it a bit less, yeah, that's also fine. And if this is still too much and you don't feel comfortable and maybe you're even scared, just come and sit down, bringing your hands to support you back here, spreading your legs wide apart, and just do the same, yeah? First bring the right leg out and then in. And it's okay if your tush lifts here. And then left, out and in, yeah? And taking turns to do this. And this is also great if you want to start this way and then move into your deep squat. Now I've done this before, so I already get into my deep squat and do this. So let's do it, let's say 3 more times to each side. So out and touch in, out and touch in, out. And you might hear some clicks, some things moving. That's really fine. Just remember, this is really strengthening the hips, and it's super important to also exercise that part here. Out and in, last one, perfect. And let's breathe, let's straighten back up. And actually, this is great where the shake, yeah, comes in super handy. So I'm gonna come back this way, and it's actually really releasing. So let's shake it out. Where you want to come up, even kind of like, shake it all out, bending the knees a little, and spine straight, release down, and shake as well here. Or you just want to hang out here and not shake at all. That's also fine, maybe moving hips from side to side, whatever helps you release for a moment. I like to shake, as I said before. Cool, guys. Let's place our hands again forward, step into our downward dog. One more time. I invite you to practice the shaking, whether you got it today or not. Here's another opportunity to practice. Awesome. Gently, let's bring our knees down, and I invite you to kind of lay on your belly now, so you can choose to come down with, knees a little bit back, shoulders above your hands, and in a way kind of doing like a push-up, and you're not going to push up, you're just going to go down. Once your chest and everything is on the ground, releasing your feet, and you can bring your hands forward. I'm going to squeeze this one in just because I like it and it's nice, and it's another opportunity to shake. I like to get into Sphinx, so having my elbows below my shoulders, squeezing and engaging my shoulder blades, looking forward, and releasing my glutes. I like to shake here, my glutes. It really helps me release my lower back. And for the ladies, if you're on your cycle, if you ever have some cramps or period pain, it has helped me immensely to lightly shake in this way, and it has helped me so much go through my pain and release and breathe. So that's just a little tip for you to practice if you wish. Let's release all the way down. Now this last move we're gonna do today is amazing. All of my students love it. It's definitely a twerk move, and it might take some coordination, but it's so worth to do it, and it's so natural for us. Yeah, it honestly looks like we're humping the floor, but it doesn't matter. Let's enjoy it and take all the pleasure in the world. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place hand over hand. You can choose left over right, right over left, and bring your right cheek down. You're gonna slide your left foot up, yeah, on the ground. So slide it up towards your elbows, and you can choose to even bring and slide your body and your elbows towards your knee, or stay where you are. It's whatever you want. Some people even twist and look to the other side, but I'm speaking to you, so I'm gonna keep on looking this way. And what we're gonna do here, yeah, is we're gonna pop as well here, our booties. And I really like to, of course, release here. This is, in Yin Yoga, it's our lizard pose. So I'm calling it a lizard twerking pose. We're using basically like our legs in a kind of anchoring, grounding way. And we're using the opportunity that we have this support from the ground to kind of like lift our booties up and release down. And really by releasing our glutes all the way, yeah, we are creating this bounce movement once more, this pop, and we can really play with the rhythm here. We can play with the speed, so you can go super fast, and you can also go slower and more controlled. Just notice what works for you. You can also choose to just stay still here. And breathe, unwind, relax. This is amazing. Let's practice now the other side. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. If you're feeling like a little bit sassy, playful, you can always look and check yourself out. Be like, hey, what's going on there? And just like, oh yeah, that's nice. So let's go to the other side. So let's slide that left leg back, and we're sliding through the ground, our right leg up. I'm gonna face again towards you guys. So now I am twisting my neck, and that has to do with your neck flexibility. Yeah, some people might not be able to twist this way and have to stay facing the other way. So whatever way you choose to have your head, it's okay. And again, here, checking out one side sometimes is less coordinated than the other. So test it out for yourself. Let's breathe and relax. Go at your own speed. You can take it down, relax it, really feel your movements. With curiosity, check everything out. You can even just stop and relax completely. but for sure don't squeeze your glutes. And if you are still shaking and you feel like checking out this side, just be like, hey, yeah, hey. Awesome. So we're gonna release that completely. Bring our right leg back down. Slowly. We can once more shake it out here. And I'm inviting you to just turn around onto your back, adjusting yourself in the mat, back to center, bringing your knees towards your chest. You can kind of rock from side to side here, maybe make some circles, yeah, bringing your knees around, keeping your lower back connected to the ground. This is massaging your tailbone here, it's amazing. And going the other way around. Awesome, let's bring both knees down gently and kind of shake it off here. Yeah, kind of like a happy puppy that's wiggling its tail. And slowly, slowly, just release leg and then the other. Adjust yourself, get comfortable, and take your shavasana here. So allow your legs to spread out, yeah, to drop down. Allow your hands, the palms of your hands to face up to the sky. Release each and every muscle. Breathe deeply a few times. You can release through the mouth. Closing your eyes, tuning back in and releasing everything. This is your moment to restore the energies within and integrate everything we've practiced today. You can stay here as long as you like. Enjoy yourself. And thank you for coming to this practice. Namaste. Enjoy.